Hi there, my name is Megan Freed. I'm one of the founding attorneys at Freed Marcroft here in Hartford and Cheshire, Connecticut. We focus our practice exclusively on divorce in Connecticut. I was actually speaking with a gentleman yesterday, and it inspired me to make this video. Basically, what he shared with me was that he and his wife had gone forward and done their divorce on their own. They wanted to keep it low conflict. They were concerned about the expense of having a litigation or having lawyers involved. They were concerned about the idea that involving lawyers would amp things up, that it would become more hostile. And so they went ahead and did it on their own. Now, you're wondering, okay, so why is he talking to me then, right? I'm a divorce lawyer. And the answer is he figured that he would do his divorce on his own for all of the reasons I just shared with you. And he then also decided that he would come back and hire a divorce lawyer after the fact to clean up some of the things that he wished he hadn't agreed to in the process. So essentially there were some things like alimony and certain parts of the parenting and certain parts of the property decisions that he and his wife made that he agreed to get through the divorce and get it finalized in a, in a pleasant and harmonious process. And he figured he would clean up on the end with a lawyer. Reminded me of that phrase, you don't know what you don't know. So I know a lot about divorce. I'm divorced, I'm a lawyer, I'm a divorce lawyer, but this gentleman wasn't a divorce lawyer, wasn't a lawyer. He just knew a whole lot about his family and his goals. And so what he did was make the best effort he possibly could at designing a process around his family and his goals. He wanted he and his wife to get along. He wanted the process to be smooth and quick, both for himself and his wife and his children. What he didn't know was that if the right lawyers are involved and the right process is chosen, all of that is a possibility, in fact, a likelihood, with lawyers involved. Now, that's not to say that there aren't lawyers that fan the flames. There are, but they are not the majority in Connecticut. So he didn't know that because he didn't know what he didn't know. The other thing he didn't know was that there are processes available that would support the desire to make decisions one-on-one, not in court, like mediation and collaborative law. He didn't know that. And he didn't know that. The other thing he didn't know, because he didn't have legal counsel involved, is that it is really, really hard to clean up something after the fact. When you get divorced in Connecticut, you say things on the record that say you really thought about all the agreements that you're entering into, and you mean them, and you entered into them in good faith, and that you want the judge to make them a court order. It's difficult to undo that unless you have something that we call a substantial change in circumstances. And sort of, I wanted the process to go this way, but really now I want to dot the I's and cross the T's isn't a substantial change in circumstance. The other thing that this gentleman didn't know that he didn't know was that it can be much more expensive for us to fix a post-judgment issue, something that happens post-divorce, than it is for us to assist with a divorce in the first case. So this is more expensive in terms of dollars, and this is more expensive in terms of time. But he didn't know that he didn't know that. The other thing that he didn't know is that when you draft an agreement on your own, it's not going to contain any of the things that divorce lawyers have learned over years of practice you want to have in there because of how things change in the future. For example, a divorce agreement that a couple comes to on their own when neither of them are divorce practitioners might be 1 or 2 pages. It won't contain any of the variables that can create bumps in the road down the line. one of the things that I see our responsibility being here at Freed Marcroft is that we're like the guardians of your future self. So if you think about the ghost of Christmas present, past, and future, we're the ghost of Christmas future. This is what might be happening. These are some things that might be coming down the line that we've seen happen to other families. And we want to be able to share all of that with you. So I'm here to talk about knowing what you don't know that you don't know. Come and meet with us, get into a goals and planning conference so that we can work through your goals and get you set up with a legal team to create a legal strategy that is going to work best for you and your family. And your priority can be, I don't want this to be acrimonious. Your priority can be, I would like it to move quickly. Your priority can even be, I'm concerned about financial resources. All of those things will be bulleted on a physical list that we will refer to throughout your process so that we're making sure we're designing a divorce in line with your priorities. I would much, much rather design the divorce you want than have you get one that isn't what you want because you don't know what you don't know. Thanks a lot for spending some time with me. Again, my name is Megan Freed from Freed Marcroft.